The most shocking moments in F1 history. Hello and welcome to our channel, the F1 Guru, where we take a look back at some of the most unforgettable moments in the world of Formula One. Today we're going to talk about some of the most shocking moments in F1 history. From breathtaking crashes to dramatic finishes, these moments had us on the edge of our seats and left us with memories that will last a lifetime. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Number 6. The tragic death of Ayrton Senna. Ayrton Senna was a Brazilian racing driver who is widely regarded as one of the greatest drivers in F1 history. He won 3 world championships and had a total of 41 wins to his name before his untimely death in 1994. On May 1st, 1994, Senna was competing in the San Marino Grand Prix at the Imola circuit in Italy. During the race, Senna's car left the track at high speed and hit a concrete wall. He was airlifted to a hospital, but despite efforts to save his life, he succumbed to his injuries and passed away. The death of Senna was a huge shock to the F1 community, and it sparked a major investigation into safety in the sport. It was discovered that a number of safety measures had been overlooked at Imola, including the placement of the wall that Senna had hit. As a result, changes were made to improve safety at all F1 circuits, including the introduction of slower chicanes, revised safety barriers, and better medical facilities. Senna's death was a tragic loss not only for his family and friends, but also for the entire F1 community. It reminded everyone that racing was a dangerous sport and that safety should always be a top priority. Number 5. Michael Schumacher's controversial move. Michael Schumacher is another name that is synonymous with F1. The German driver won 7 world championships and had a total of 91 wins to his name, making him one of the most successful drivers in the sport's history. However, he also had his fair share of controversies, including a move in the 1997 championship that shocked the F1 community. The incident occurred during the final race of the 1997 season, the European Grand Prix in Jerez, Spain. Schumacher was leading the championship by a single point and needed to finish ahead of his title rival Jacques Villeneuve to secure the championship. However, during the race, Schumacher deliberately collided with Villeneuve with the intention of taking him out of the race. Schumacher's move was immediately criticized and he was disqualified from the championship as a result. The incident raised questions about sportsmanship and fair play in F1, and it tarnished Schumacher's reputation among many fans and fellow drivers. Despite the controversy, Schumacher remained one of the most dominant drivers in F1 history, and his legacy continues to be celebrated today. However, the incident at Jerez serves as a reminder that even the most successful drivers are not immune to making controversial decisions on the track. Number 4. The collision between Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna. The rivalry between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost was one of the most intense in F1 history. The two drivers had a number of collisions over the years, but the most shocking occurred during the 1989 Japanese Grand Prix. At the time, Senna was leading the championship, but Prost was still in contention. During the race, Senna attempted to pass Prost, but Prost blocked him, causing both cars to collide and spin off the track. Prost was able to restart his car and continue, but Senna's car was too badly damaged to continue, effectively handing the championship to Prost. The incident was controversial, with both drivers blaming each other for the collision. It led to a bitter feud between the two, and they had another collision the following year that resulted in Senna winning the championship, but being disqualified for his actions. The collision between Prost and Senna remains one of the most shocking moments in F1 history. It not only highlighted the intense rivalries that can exist between drivers, but also the dangers of pushing too hard on the track. Number 3. The crash of Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso is another driver who has had his fair share of shocking moments in F1. One of the most memorable occurred during the 2016 Australian Grand Prix. Alonso was driving for the McLaren Honda team at the time, and his car suffered a suspension failure during a high-speed corner. The car went airborne and flipped multiple times before coming to a stop upside down. Alonso was able to walk away from the crash, but it was a stark reminder of the dangers of F1. The incident also raised questions about the safety of F1 cars, with many critics suggesting that the cars were too fast and too dangerous. However, the FIA conducted an investigation and determined that the crash was caused by a fault in the suspension system rather than any inherent design flaw in the car. The crash of Fernando Alonso was a shocking moment in F1 history, but it also highlighted the progress that has been made in improving safety in the sport. Number 2. The multi-car pile-up at Spa-Francorchamps. Spa-Francorchamps is one of the most iconic circuits in F1, but it is also one of the most challenging. The circuit is known for its fast, sweeping corners, which require a great deal of skill and precision to navigate. However, it is also a circuit that has seen its fair share of accidents over the years. One of the most shocking occurred during the 1998 Belgian Grand Prix. During the race, there was a multi-car pile-up at the start, which involved a total of 14 cars. The accident was caused by a number of factors, including wet conditions, poor visibility, and drivers pushing too hard. The accident resulted in several injuries, including broken bones and concussions. It also led to a major investigation into safety at the circuit, with changes made to improve visibility and reduce the risk of similar accidents occurring in the future. The multi-car pile-up at Spa-Francorchamps was a shocking moment in F1 history, but it also highlighted the dangers of pushing too hard on the track and the importance of safety measures in the sport. Number 2. The fireball crash of Niki Lauda. Niki Lauda is a legend of F1, but his career was nearly cut short by a shocking incident that occurred during the 1976 German Grand Prix. Lauda was leading the championship at the time and had qualified in pole position. However, during the second lap of the race, his car swerved off the track and hit an embankment, causing it to burst into flames. Lauda was trapped in the car for almost a minute before being rescued by fellow drivers. He suffered severe burns to his head and face and was in a coma for several days. Despite the severity of his injuries, Lauda was back racing just 6 weeks later and went on to win the championship that year. The incident was shocking not just because of the severity of Lauda's injuries, but also because it highlighted the dangers of F1 at the time. Safety measures were not as advanced as they are today, and the risk of serious injury or death was much higher. Lauda's fireball crash remains one of the most shocking moments in F1 history, but it also played a key role in driving improvements in safety measures in the sport. Today, F1 is much safer than it was in Lauda's time, thanks in part to the lessons learned from incidents like this. There have been many shocking moments in F1 history, but these were some of the most unforgettable. From tragic accidents to surprising victories, these moments have defined the sport and left us with memories that will last a lifetime. Which of these moments shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The F1 Guru, for more F1 content.